What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all. I made a video discussing the fact that ESPN and FS1 don't recognize the success of the Chicago Bulls. We don't get the coverage that we deserve due to the fact that we are the number one team in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls just won tonight against the Orlando Magic and now we're 25 wins and 10 losses on the season. And somebody brought it to my attention why ESPN and FS1 don't really want to talk about us, right? And that's due to the fact that if they talk about how good the Bulls are, they will then admit that they were wrong in their predictions for us during the season, right? A lot of the talking heads and all these pundits on TV thought that we would be in the play-in tournament at best. They thought DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine would never mesh together. They thought that it was just a lot of smoke and mirrors with these signings. They didn't really get the signings. They thought DeMar DeRozan was the worst free agent acquisition in the offseason. And they can't bear discussing how wrong they were in their prognostications, right? They don't want to talk about how wrong they were. And that's the thing, man. It's not just egos in sports. It's ego in sport journalism, period. Right? Me personally, I can admit when I was wrong about a team. I can admit when I was wrong about a player, so on and so forth. But a lot of the talking heads, when they built they built these fan bases of their own. They built a big following of their own. It's ego in that too. They don't want to admit that they were wrong because I think a lot of their job is based upon them giving right predictions. Like they want to feel like they were right and vindicated in everything that they said, right? So their hopes is that the Chicago Bulls start losing. We go on this losing streak and we fall off. So then they can talk about us and say, I told you so. I told you the Bulls weren't what y'all said they were. I told y'all the Bulls weren't who y'all thought they were, right? That's what they're trying to have. They're trying to have an aha moment before they can talk about the Bulls. They want to see us slip and slide before they can start talking about us, because the moment and the Bulls are they're riding high right now, right? And I hope it continues. They've been riding high even through COVID, through us losing players, the COVID protocols, and so on and so forth. The Bulls have been finding ways to win games in spite of all of that, right? But they're waiting for the Bulls to slip and slide so that they can just be like, look, I told y'all this Bulls team is not for real. I told y'all they got holes in their game. I told y'all they wouldn't mesh together, so on and so forth. They're waiting for some turmoil to occur around this team to start giving us coverage. And that's some bullshit, for real. I seen today, what was it, like the Jump or whatever, and these are the smaller segments talking about us, not the big segments like Undisputed, FS1 Undisputed, not the big segments like First Take or nothing like that. Or even what's the show with Nick Wright and Chris Broussard and them on? First Things First, I believe. No, not First Things First. What's the show that comes? Is it First Things First? What's the show that come on early in the morning? I think it might be First Things First, right? It is. Chris Broussard and Nick Wright. They not talking about the Bulls or nothing like that. And Chris Broussard was the person who said the Bulls would be in the play-in tournament, or they would be in the play-in game. Stephen A. Smith is another individual who said that DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine wouldn't mesh together, right? All these other individuals saying that it was other people all across these different networks saying that we weren't really real contenders. They wasn't gonna be making no noise. The Bulls ain't gonna be doing all of this and all of that. Dudes is out here really saying, and I told people, we had the best offseason by far. The best offseason is about who set their team up to improve most, right? And I knew from the moves that the Bulls made, I knew our team was set up to make the biggest improvements over everybody. People picking Miami Heat because they got Kyle Lowry. People picking Phoenix Suns because they were able to get Chris Paul on another long-term contract. I'm like, well, how much are they going to improve with keeping Chris Paul? I'm like, nah, bro, the Bulls were not in the playoffs at all. I'm like, bro, I told people they were going to be at least the third seed. And look what's happening. It's easy to read that. So the best offseason moves are about who is setting themselves up to have the biggest improvement in the offseason. Who is going to improve the most? And the Bulls were by far the team that were set up to do that, right? But people don't want to talk about the Bulls because talking about them will admit that they were wrong in their predictions. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to have to face that music. They don't want to have to eat crow. A lot of people don't have the ability to do that. So they rather just sit back and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait around until they feel like we lose a game or two here and there, and so they can talk about how they told us that the Bulls were smoke and mirrors and we weren't legit. That's some bullshit, man. They really waiting for us to lose against one of these big teams to start talking about us. And I pray and hope that the Bulls keep smoking everybody out, whooping everybody's ass, so that you can talk about us. You're going to be forced to talk about us. We're going to make you talk about us, okay? We're going to make you talk about us when we beat these big teams, these good teams. When we keep winning, we're going to make you sit up there and have these conversations on your platform about how good the Bulls are, how well Lonzo Ball, how well Zach LaVine, how well DeMar DeRozan, how well Nikola Vucevic are all playing together. We're going to make you have them conversations you don't want to have. Yeah, I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I know you don't want to talk about how wrong you were. But y'all got to eat them words. Y'all got to eat them words. Because it was just a lot of BS spread around our team. And I just don't get why people don't want to talk about a team that's in the third largest city in America, right? Mars want to act like South Beach. Like, people acting like South Beach is bigger than Chicago. Yeah, I know it's more of a tourist attraction. Not even that. Chicago is a tourist attraction city all across the board. They try to act like it's too cold. But Mars be here all year round. All day long. Downtown is full of nothing but tourists. You ask somebody downtown where to go, I guarantee you they're going to ask you. They don't know. They're a tourist. They're visiting the city because people are touring here all the time. All the time. Through whether it be Lollapalooza, the Taste of Chicago, whether it be in the wintertime just to see all of the bean and all that, and go to Millennium Park and everything like that. People are always here all the time. So we a tourist attraction city just like Miami. We got beaches too. We just not a warm weather place 24/24, right? 24/7. But nonetheless, we need to be talked about. And so they don't want to talk about us because it's gonna make them look bad in their opinion. But listen, in their eyes. But it's nothing wrong. Everybody is wrong at times. It's okay to be wrong. You don't have to be right all the time. People are going to make wrong predictions. They're going to get things wrong. That's a part of life. But once you get things wrong, you got to own it. Own up to that. And say you was wrong, and then talk about the team that needs to be talked about. We sit at the top of the Eastern Conference. I guarantee you, if the Lakers were at the top of the Western Conference, they would be talking about the Lakers and praising them to the high heavens. And y'all know LeBron James is my favorite player. That's my dog. But the Lakers ain't been playing well. And they talk about the Lakers every single game. And I know the face of the league, LeBron, is on that team. But still, like, come on, fam. If the Brooklyn Nets was at the top of the Eastern Conference, they would be talking about the Brooklyn Nets all day long. About how well, wait till Kyrie come back and all this and all of that. They talking about them now. And we at the top, right? If this was... when they talk about Golden State, how well Golden State is playing. If this was Phoenix over here doing, like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, I know we don't have the quote-unquote marquee names that are usually in the MVP conversations over here. But nah, bro. Talk about what the Chicago team is doing because y'all didn't see them being here in the first place. So we deserve to be talked about. We deserve to be covered just as much as all these other teams are covered. We deserve to be talked about. And you know what? I people are like, why y'all want to get, y'all need that much love? Yes, we do. I love watching these sports debate shows. And I want to watch my favorite sports debate shows and have people talk about my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls, my hometown squad. I want to see them talk about us because we deserve that. We deserve that, man. And people are like, oh, y'all having close games with people. Man, motherfuckers in the NBA. All that y'all having close games with this team and that team, we beating them and we winning. And we beating the teams that y'all say are elite too. We beat Brooklyn twice. We beat the Lakers twice. You know what I'm saying? So all that, get that up out of here, bro. Yeah, every team is in the NBA. Anybody can be beaten on any given night. And the Bulls out here beating people. So they need to be talked about, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm done ranting. I'm out. Peace.